Hello and welcome to part 3 of the Tilemap tutorial. In the last lesson we looked at how to draw tiles onto our tilemap actually in game mode with the left click and right click of the mouse. So that was pretty funky. In this video we'll be looking at how to do that programmatically to create a map for our player to then move around on. One of the things I didn't do at the end of the last video was actually commit any of my changes, so we can do that again. So if I go to file status, I can see all of these assets that have changed places, because we copied and pasted those along. We've got changes to the sample scene. And we should be able to see changes to the Game Manager CS as well. We have yet. So we're going to stage all. See, I'm surprised it's doing the .cs meta files and the .asset files. It shouldn't really be doing those. It's a rename. Okay, I think we need to do a bit of digging here. So we're looking at assets, and yeah, so it's got scenes meta, sprites meta, palettes meta. Okay, that's legitimate. Yeah, I knew there were some meta files that it didn't want to have, but for those meta files, it's fine. Okay, just a double check there. So if this is tutorial Tilemap tutorial video 2. Just move myself up a little bit so I can see the commit. We're going to push changes immediately. We're going to be quite aggressive there. I'm not seeing anything happening, so I'm just going to click that again. So that has committed the changes, and it's pushed the changes to GitHub main as well. So we can see, if we show remote branches as well, we can see that main and GitHub main are at the same commit. So we know we're all in sync, so that's good. So that was just basically catching up from last project. So we've got this submarine, and when we press play, it's going to take some time. When we press play, we're able to edit. So that's pretty funky. So now we're going to do some more coding, and we're going to sort of start to automate things a little bit. So let's go into Visual Studio. The first thing we need are serialized fields. Int height. And the serialized field, another int width, and we're just going to default those to 32. Coincidentally, the same size as our the same pixels in our sprites, but that's not what it's about. This is about the height and width of the map that we are creating. So underneath all that, we need another variable which is going to be an array, two-dimensional array, and we're going to call this map data. Okay, and now we need our start method back. So if I start typing start, we don't want it to be private. So we've got our void start, and we're going to say map data equals new new int array of width, comma, height. X and Y, X and Y. Okay. Then we are going to generate map. Generate method. So let's put that there. We're going to actually cut that and paste that at the bottom. So this is going to generate the map. So what we want to do is we want to do a for each loop. No, not a for each loop, a for loop. For int x equals 0, x is less than width. Ooh, which is less than width. For int y equals 0, I missed something out here, it's quite funny. Y is less than height. We forgot to x plus plus y plus plus. Should be a semicolon. So it's a nice simple little nested for loop. So all of the x's and then all of the y's, we're going to generate the map. So we're going to say map data x comma y equals, what's it going to equal? Equals 0. So that's going to basically be an empty map full of zeros. So after we've generated the map, we can draw map. Introduce local for draw map. It doesn't seem to want to create the method for me automatically. That's interesting. Private void draw map. So we're going to say if map data x comma y equals 0, equals 0, then we are going to path tile. u vector3 int. And that's going to be x, comma, y, comma, 0. So we're looping through the arrays, and we're setting the tile when the map data is 0 into the path tile. Let's do the rest of this logic. Else if map data x, comma, y equals 1, not path tile, blocker tile. So if it's a 1, it's a blocker. If it's 0, it's a path tile. Save. So now, on start, we're creating the map data, we're generating the map, and then we're drawing the map. Let's see if that's all worked. So it's saved, and we're going to the Unity editor, wait for it to compile the C# scripts. Press play. So this is funky. So this is actually the middle of the screen here, and so our map is drawing from 0, 0, and it's going across in the x's, and it's going up in the y's, and it's drawing our map. And you can see we've still got the old map that we drew by hand, so that's a problem. The other problem we have is adding blockers here doesn't add blockers to the map data. So we could either find a way to do that, or we could disable this functionality of sort of painting our tiles on in-game. Okay, so let's have a look. So I think the first thing we need when we draw the map, not when we draw the map, we're going to call clear map. We call it clear tile map. It wants me to introduce locals again. So we're going to have a private void clear tile map. And we're going to call tilemap dot clear all tiles. So that's basically a wraparound the tilemap functionality. So it's not even necessary. We could have easily just used the tilemap there. So let's see if that's helped us. Okay, so it's got rid of the submarine and it's drawn our tile map. So the next thing we want is to be able to get the the camera in there and get a character in there. I think that's going to be the subject of the next video. So in this video we've committed our changes into GitHub, and we've got ourselves an auto-generated map that we can't actually see very much of yet. So we need to add some controls so we can start to move around this map with a character. And that will be the topic of the next video. Thanks very much, guys.